Seat 2A used to mean nothing to me, just another letter, another number, another long night in the air. Until the night it became a reminder of exactly how fast people decide who you are and how wrong they can be. I still remember the sound of the boarding scanner, that soft electronic beep that says, "You're cleared. Welcome aboard. You belong here." My phone buzzed green at the gate. No hesitation, no error. But the woman standing there didn't even look at the screen. She looked at me. Head to toe. Hoodie, sneakers, messy hair from a week of exams. Skin that didn't match the polished crowd flowing past her. Her smile froze halfway, like her face was recalculating something it didn't like. "This line is for premium cabins," she said, voice sweet but sharp underneath. "Main cabin boards later." I told her calmly, "I know. I'm in the premium cabin." I held my phone out again. She didn't scan it. She sighed, that long, tired sigh people use when they think you're wasting their time. "Honey," she said, leaning closer, lowering her voice, "these seats cost more than most people make in a year." That was the first punch. Not loud, not public, just quiet enough to make you doubt yourself. I felt my chest tighten, but I didn't back off. "Just scan it," I said. "If it's wrong, I'll step aside." She laughed, not amused. Insulted, she grabbed the scanner, waved it over my phone like she was proving a point. Beep, green light. Access approved. For a second, nobody moved. Her younger coworker looked at the screen, then at her, then back at me. "It's valid," the girl whispered. "She's cleared." That should have been it. That's how the system works. Green means go. But something shifted in the older woman's eyes. Pride, maybe, or fear of looking wrong in front of a line full of expensive suits. She straightened her posture, tapped the tablet hard enough for me to hear it click, and said, "The system lags sometimes. I've seen fake passes slip through before takeoff." Fake. That word stuck. She printed a new boarding slip, ripped it off, and shoved it into my hand. "Row 52. Middle seat. You'll take this, or you won't be flying tonight." I stared at the paper. Row 52 was basically the end of the plane. No legroom, no recline. Right next to the bathroom. I felt every eye on me, that awful heat crawling up your neck when you know people are watching but pretending not to. I could have argued. I could have raised my voice. Instead, I said quietly, "You're making a mistake." She smiled. "Move." Walking down that jet bridge felt longer than the entire flight. I passed wide seats, champagne flutes, quiet cabins that smelled like citrus and money. I turned right instead of left. The noise grew louder. The air got warmer. By the time I reached my row, my hands were shaking. I wasn't angry yet. I was embarrassed. That slow-burning kind that settles deep in your stomach. I texted my dad. Kept it short. On the plane. Got moved from my seat. I'm fine. I didn't want to sound dramatic. I didn't want to be that person. Up front, she was celebrating. I found out later she upgraded a man into my seat, laughing about it, pouring drinks like she'd just solved a problem. She told her coworker the airline always backs the crew, that passengers like me complain, but it never goes anywhere. She thought the story ended there. Halfway through the flight, the real turning point came. The woman next to me was traveling alone with a baby. He wouldn't stop crying. People sighed. Someone muttered something under their breath. I offered to hold him just to give her a break. He calmed down, almost instantly warm and heavy against my shoulder. That's when the flashlight hit my face. Same woman. Same tight smile. "That's not your child," she hissed. "You're blocking the aisle. Hand him back. Now." "He just fell asleep," I whispered. "I'm holding him securely." "I don't care," she said. "You don't belong making decisions here." She forced the baby back to his mother. He woke up screaming. The entire row groaned. Then she leaned in close enough that only I could hear her. "This is why people like you shouldn't be up front. You don't know the rules." That was it. Something inside me snapped, not outward, not loud. Just a quiet realization that this wasn't about policy. It never was. What I didn't know was that while I was sitting there staring at the seat back in front of me, my dad wasn't brushing it off. He wasn't calling customer service or asking for miles. He was standing up in the middle of a meeting, grabbing his jacket and telling his team to prep his jet. My father doesn't fly for comfort. He flies because aviation is his life. He started on hangar floors, built his way up piece by piece. He owns contracts most people never see. When he read my text, he didn't get loud. He got focused. When we landed, nothing happened. No gate, no jet bridge. The engines shut down and we just sat there. The woman up front sounded annoyed over the intercom, blaming a VIP delay. She thought the delay was for someone important she'd impressed. Then the door opened, and my dad walked on. He didn't shout. He didn't rush. He stepped inside like he owned the air itself. He looked at the galley, the open bottle on the counter, the crew frozen in place. "I'm not here to fly," he said calmly. "I'm here for my daughter." The color drained from her face. He walked straight to the premium cabin, stopped at the seat I'd been removed from, and looked down at the man sitting there. "This seat doesn't belong to you," he said. "Stand up." The man laughed nervously, then stopped when he saw the officers behind my dad. Then my dad did something I'll never forget. He walked the entire length of the plane, past every curtain, past every cabin, until he reached the back. I was half asleep when I felt his hand on my shoulder. I looked up and saw him standing there, eyes soft but burning underneath. "Hey," he said quietly, "let's go." People stared as we walked back up the aisle. The mother with the baby followed us. My dad insisted. "You shouldn't be back here," he told her. "You're coming with us." At the door, he turned to the woman who started it all. "Did it scan green?" he asked. She nodded, barely able to breathe. "Then you chose not to believe it," he said. "That choice has consequences." Security escorted her off the plane. Not as a manager, not as someone in charge, as a liability. I didn't cheer, I didn't smile, I just felt lighter. The aftermath came fast. Videos surfaced. Millions watched. The airline cut ties. The man who took my seat lost his job days later. Public opinion is ruthless when it finally wakes up. As for me, I learned something that night. People will judge you in seconds. They'll decide where you belong without knowing your story. But the truth has weight. And when it finally lands, it hits hard. So here's my question for you. Have you ever been told directly or indirectly that you didn't belong somewhere you earned your way into? Did you stay quiet or did you push back? Drop your story in the comments. Let's talk about who gets to decide where people belong and why those assumptions keep getting shattered.